Here's lesson 7 from module 3, and lesson 7 is just full of word problems, and they involve what we've been doing, which is adding and subtracting fractions. This time around they're really specifying that we're going to be using the RDW strategy: read, draw, and write. And so we're going to be starting by reading our problem, and then we're going to draw what's happening, and then write our answer. So, Christine baked a pumpkin pie. She ate 1/6 of that pie. Her brother ate 1/3. The rest of it they gave to his friends. So what fraction of the pie were given to the friends? So we're going to make just a long drawing here. Here is the pie, all of it. And she ate 1/6. 1/6. He ate 1/3, which is more than 1/6. Because if you cut a pie into 6 pieces and you had another one that was cut into 3 pieces that are all equal, I hope you would take the one that's the 1/3 of it, because you'd get more pie. And then the rest of it was given away. So we can say given right there. And now we have to figure out, what do these add up to? So we're going to kind of do that parent style method I've been showing you in class. So 1/6 plus 1/3. And instead of saying 3 times 6, I know it's not going to be hard to get 3 to become a 6. So I'm just going to do them both as 6s. And so this one's going to stay the same, 1/6. This one right here, 3 times 2 gets me 6, so I have to multiply my numerator times 2 also. So 2/6. Now you can see his piece is bigger. See that? 1 plus 2 is 3. And it's in 6. So that's how much was given to the friends, was 3/6. And you know that 3 is half of 6. So we can say half the pie was shared. Okay. All right, so now we're going to do the next one that I've chosen, which is number 3. And it says that Tiffany bought 2 2/5 of a kilogram of cherries. Linda bought 1/10 of a kilogram of cherries less than Tiffany. So how many kilograms did they buy all together? So let's start with, here's Tiffany. This will work properly. Pen back. Here's Tiffany. It keeps going away, that silly pen. So here's Tiffany. And then we also too have Linda, so we'll make her an L. And here's Tiffany's. She bought 2/5 of a kilogram of cherries. 2/5. And then Linda, she bought cherries, and it was similar amount, right? Except that hers was 1/10 less. So we need to figure out how much this was right here. So if these are the same amounts overall, this big square, the same amount, we know it's 2/5 in her case, and it's 1/10 less in this case. So remember when we were subtracting, we were xing things out? So let's do it. Let's do it parent style. 2/5. What are we taking away? We're taking away 1/10. We don't have to multiply 5 times 10 because it's going to be really easy to make an equivalent fraction in the tenths for this one. This one can stay the same, 1/10. And I know that to make 5 turn into a 10, I can multiply it by 2, and that I have to multiply the numerator, which is a 2, times 2, and get a 4. And now we're subtracting. 4 minus 1 is 3. 3/10. So that means that this amount right here, and I'll do it in a lighter color, that this amount right here is 3/10. Hope it's moving again. So if that's 3/10. So now what we have to do is figure out how much is it all together. So if we come on over here and we go add them together. So she bought 2/5. 2/5. And we're going to add to that 3 tenths. And so we can turn this one into tenths also. And we can just keep this one as 3 tenths. And now when we go 5 times 2, we get a 10. We have to go 2 times 2. Now we've got an equivalent fraction. We can add them together and get 7 tenths. So they bought 7 tenths kilograms of cherries. Cherries, I-E-S, was purchased. There we go. All right, so now I'm going to show you the homework problem. And so remember, 5 minutes 50 seconds. 5 minutes 50 seconds. So after you're done watching the video, scroll back to 5 minutes 50 seconds, because here it is. I'm not putting it at the end because I've had students that just skip the video. They go to the end to find the problem. So I'm showing you the problem now. Mr. Pham mowed 2/7 of his lawn. His son mowed a quarter of it. Who mowed the most? So how much of the lawn is still needing to be mowed? So like we just did on the very first one, we made that line and that was the whole thing. And you can do the same with this one. Make the whole lawn, 2/7 of it, 1/4 of it, combine those and see how much is left. All right, let's go to the last problem. So remember that was 5 minutes 50 seconds. That's where you'll find your homework problem. This one, Mr. Rivas bought a can of paint. He used 3/8 of it to paint a bookshelf. He used 1/4 of it to paint a wagon, and he used some of it for a birdhouse, and he had 1/8 of it left. So, oh, it's doing that again. Let me get my pen back here. I'm just going to have to make the line this way so that one won't move. And pen again. Make this part of it. So this is all of his paint right here. He used 3/8 of it for a shelf. And he used 1/4 of it for a wagon. And he used some of it for a birdhouse. We don't know how much. It just says right in there, some. And then there was 1/8 of it left. 1/8. So if we combine all of these and then subtract it from the total, and we can say these are in eighths, right? So we can just say the whole thing was 8/8. So now if we say 3/8, we're going to combine it. So that's the shelf, that's the wagon. We're going to combine it with the 1/8 left over. Label that left over. So now when we combine them, we have to turn them all common denominator. And we've got a 4, we've got an 8. Let's make them all 8s. So that's easy. 8. So this one stays the same, 3/8. So does this one. 4 times 2 gets me 8, so I'm going to have to say 1 times 2. Now we can combine all of those. 3 and 2 is 5, plus 1 is 6. 6/8 was used for the birdhouse. So the birdhouse was 6/8. So we'll make it kind of a different color there. 6/8 for the birdhouse. And we can simplify that because we can divide them both by 2. 2 goes into 6 3 times. 2 goes into 8 4 times. So 3/4 of the paint went to look at that. That's supposed to be an O for 2, the birdhouse. There we go. Done. Okay, so remember, go back to 5 minutes and 50 seconds, and that's your word problem for your homework. All right, we're ending right at 10. Good night.